a question a few person asked me how my husband and I split the bills or we go 50-50. I'm going to say something to you and you would be surprised. I only heard about 50-50 a few days ago. Like to say, okay, I migrate, live in 2 different countries. I have never paid a bill. I have never paid a light bill, water bill, rent. I have never paid bills. Where I came from, my father did everything in the house. He would always give my mother money to do whatever she needed to do, whenever she needed to do it. He never cared. He would just give her money and she figure out how she spend that money, and the money lasts from A1 to AB. When I moved and lived with my grandparents, that is goes in that house. There was nothing that said, okay, grandma, this is your bills to pay, grandpa, this is your bills to pay. There was no such thing as in 50-50 in the house. All I know, the house is clean, the food is cooked. By the time my grandpa gets home, your meals is there. My grandma do what she have to do, we do what we have to do, our chores. But there was nothing as 50-50. Back home, everybody owned their own home. Even me, we own our own home. Migrate with my husband. My husband pays all the bill. I never pay a bill. There was no bill there for me to pay. My husband pay all the bills. If I want something, he would just give me money to buy this thing or do what I have to do, but to say, oh, Abby, this bill is your bill to pay. No, I didn't have no bill and I was working. Yes, I contribute to the house. I had to go and research it to see what is 50-50. Where I came from, the men contribute the money to do everything in the household. The wife or the woman would run the house. That is what they do. Some household wives do not work, period. They do not work. Their husband do not want them to work, and that my husband do it all. I don't know anything about 50-50. This is the American system. I came here and I learned. I am in a learning process. If I now have to go out there and meet somebody and they would ask you, what are you bringing to the table? I am lost. I'm trying to figure out, what do you mean? What am I bringing to the table? Are we running it 50-50? I am lost. What are we doing 50-50? I am not saying that a man is supposed to go 100, but that is how I grew up. That is where I came from, my background. The men take in charge of the home. The wife, the money to do everything in the house. Even if they work and they don't work, we don't pay, okay, you're going to chip into this and I'm going to chip. No, we don't know anything about that. And that is how I live my life. Some of you gonna agree, some of you gonna disagree. We came from the Caribbean, and if you guys do not know, this is what I am telling you. We already know it this way. Women are supposed to do X, Y, and Z. Men are supposed to do X, Y, and Z. We came from that backbone. That is why I always say to people, take a man or a woman of your own kind. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna want to go into something, and we are from the Caribbean. We just know things like this. You want a house, you buy a house. You want a car, you buy a car. You want anything to put in the house, you pay for it cash. You don't owe the bank don't have no business with you. You don't know anybody except if you choose to borrow your neighbor money and don't want to pay. Well, that is different. But where me and my husband is concerned, I do not pay bills. I know some of you gonna run with the narrative with that, but that's okay. But when you see people come on social media just change people's perspective about a whole lot of things. So yeah, stop coming and ask me nonsense. It's nonsense for me. Everybody live their life how they choose to live it. Or you have a partner, you want to go 50-50, that's okay by you. But I'm just sharing my experience.